So I'm making the tri-tip recipe in my Instant Pot, and I have it on saute mode with a little bit of avocado oil drizzled in the bottom. I'm going to sear my tri-tip, which is about 2 pounds, in the Instant Pot, and then I'll take it out and I'm going to add the veggies and the butter and saute them until they're soft, and then I'm going to add some wine. And you guys know I like to cook with wine, I like to drink, so I have a nice little ball of Erath there that I'm going to add to this recipe. Make sure to season both sides of your roast. So I seasoned the other side before I started searing it. And then I put salt and pepper on this side, and then when I flip it over, it'll already be done. Now that the meat is seared, I took it out and it's sitting on the plate beside us. And I added the butter and put the veggies in to saute them until they're soft. Now I'm going to pour the wine in. And I'm going to let it simmer for just a couple of minutes. And I'm going to rub the bottom to get all the nice tasty bits off. And then I will put the meat back in. Now that I have the meat back in, I'm going to turn my Instant Pot to off. And I'm going to put the lid on so it can seal for pressure. Okay, and then I have a meat setting. So I'm going to put it onto meat, and I'm going to set it for 17 minutes. Oops, 17. Okay, now we're just going to wait for it to seal, and then I'll be back when I take the lid off. Okay, so I just pulled my tri-tip out of my pressure cooker, and it turned out medium rare, or closer maybe on the inside to rare. And what I did was I cut it into the sections, because you can see the grain of the meat runs this way, and you always want to slice your meat to make it more tender against the grain or across the grain. So I sliced it into where the meat changes, because the tri-tip is kind of like a little triangular piece of meat. So that's what I've done. And now I'm going to slice it up, and I'll show you how it looks all cut up. Here's the tri-tip all cut up. There's pieces for everybody, so if you like it a little more done, or if you like it more rare, there's literally a piece for everybody out of this roast. And tri-tip is not a super expensive cut of meat, and it comes out of the Instant Pot very tender, but you can't expect it to be a fillet, but it's still pretty dang amazing. I hope you like this recipe as much as we do. So if you're like me and you did not get to your pressure cooker for the quick release, go ahead and put it back into the Instant Pot and turn it on to the manual mode and cook it for another 25 minutes with the lid sealed. So now it's like super soft, and it is not medium rare, but it's like falling apart and delicious. If you wanted to make a gravy out of this, you could puree all of these veggies in your blender, put it back in the Instant Pot or saute mode, and make a slurry with arrowroot powder or cornstarch or gluten-free flour or tapioca starch to make it nice and thick. And then you would have a delicious pureed vegetable gravy to go with this. Look how thick that gravy is getting once I added the tapioca starch slurry to it. This is going to be delicious over top of the beef. So regardless if you got it to be medium rare and took the pressure out right after the 17 minutes, or you had to let it cook longer and now it's done like a regular roast, this will be a delicious addition.